And good morning, good people. This is your PooleProof wisdom moment for Friday, hoping that is already the start of a very good day for you. We're heading into the weekend where Christmas is about to happen, and I hope that there is joy abundant for everyone. I really, really do. These have been challenging times for so many of us, I know, this year. We're coming off of what seems to have been the end of a pandemic that seems to not be letting go anytime soon. It's not over. There are so many other signs and indicators that things are tougher than ever before. We can talk about the economy, we can talk about war, we can talk about all the things, because let's face it, there are so many instances where we look at the world and all we can do is shake our heads in shame because things seem only to be getting worse. I know that feeling, and I deal with it on a regular basis myself. I mean, I'm human. Who wouldn't be doing that? But I want to remind you, you know, things seem one way, but let's face it, that there are realities about how this world has been from the beginning of time that we can't overlook. Take something, for instance, like the opening, paragraph of A Tale of Two Cities, the masterwork by Charles Dickens, which says it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and then goes on from there to detail exactly what that means. We can look at any time in history and we can find instances where there are best times. We can find worst times. And the world has been that way since day one. We have been in a position where we have created the environments that have led to these difficulties, these challenges, these isms that everyone seems to be encouraged by that define us as a people, as a world. And we don't pay attention to the commonality of pay attention to the commonality of our human experience. We should be all in alignment with one another. We're all on the same planet, sharing the same space, hopefully moving in the same direction because we are humanity. We share the world with other creatures and other species, and we should be able to do that in alignment and in cooperation after all of these years. But yet here we are, all these years later, still able to quote the beginning of that work, because it is indeed the best of times and still yet the worst of times. And what are we going to do about that? Well, you can't look at it in the macro sense because you can't necessarily change the entire world. You can't change even the iota of what the world's problems are on a macro scale. But on a micro scale, we all have the ability to do what we can from where we are with the gifts and the tools and the understanding we have to influence not only how we go about living in the world, but by doing so with others. Each person, one at a time, doing what they can to move the world forward by engaging with other peoples who are like mind, like hope, like aspirations, and even those who are not, in hopes that they can perhaps have their minds changed and move toward more common goals and aspirations. This is not a time to accept that just because these are the worst of times for many, that we have to give up on the hope that they can become the best of times with work and commitment, acknowledgement and participation. All of the things that we're capable of lead us to a simple understanding. None of us are going to be able to do this by ourselves. Whatever wins this world, this species that we are will come about because of our collective contributions. But it begins with individuals choosing to contribute in the first place. Will you be one of those people? That's the essential question. Because despite all the ideas that may convince you that because this is so much bigger than you, you can't do anything. It's the fact that you have the option to choose, the option to participate, and the option to give that empowers you beyond measure. What the world needs is people who are willing to give, who are willing to share, who are willing to contribute, who are willing to stand up, because that's what shouts down, breaks down, and eliminates those who want only a limited amount of effort to be given to people, a limited amount of freedom to be given to people. And that's where we all have got to begin. So while it may feel at this season, at any point in time, that this is the worst of time, and the worst of times for many, while it's the best of times for others, We can't stand in that space and only focus on what we see. We have to have a vision for what we want to see. And that's where each of us, from where we are, doing what we can do, can contribute right here and right now, today. Doesn't matter if you didn't do it yesterday. Didn't matter if you didn't do it 10 years ago. What you can do today is help ensure that there is an opportunity for more people to begin their lives, their days, their hours, with that epithet of it being, it is the best of times, whatever that may mean for them, because we all have different opinions on that front, of course. So I encourage you, good people, as you get up and go forward today, make the effort to help it be better for everyone, not just yourself, and that we can all share this world as it was intended, in harmony and peace and hope, and with a sense that we all are part of the same community, and that is the human community, and that we all benefit when we contribute to it. And that's your Poolproof Wisdom moment for today. Have a fantastic weekend. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all of the things that people celebrate. There's so many I've lost track now. But whatever it is that you celebrate it with abundance, with joy, but mostly with hope. Because with hope, there springs eternal possibility. Have a good one, good people. Take care.